And hello everyone, welcome back to another C++ tutorial. So in this tutorial, we'll be talking about sorting. Because sometimes you want to maybe sort like a vector. And it would be good to know how to do that in the future, if you ever need to do that. So I'm going to show you with a vector, but you could of course apply this to more than one type of data structure. So let's create a vector, and we need to import that. So let's go here and say vector, and let's just make it of numbers to keep everything as easy as possible. And here we can just call it numbers, and numbers will just have a random amount of numbers or a random like values. So let's say 6, 8, 1, 2, -4, 6, or let's choose just different numbers, 7 and 3. There we go. So this is kind of all over the place. 1 should be at the front, 6 shouldn't be at the front, 8 should be at the back because that's the highest value. Actually, -4 should be at the front because that's lowered. And this should be an int, not I. Int. There we go. Now if we were to just kind of use a for loop to for through it. So for int I, or we don't even need to say int I. So for int num in numbers, we can just cout and num. There we go. So this will display some basic numbers for us. Holy moly, what is that? That's disgusting. And let's just add a semicolon there. And here we go. Now we have a for loop, and I will just show us the data in the for loop. We already know this. It just loops through in type of data structure, whether it be a vector or an array. And here we go. We get 6, 8, 1, 2, 4, 7, 3. Now we want to order this or sort it in a way that it will sort from lowest to biggest. Now vectors of course has an inbuilt function for this, so std, or not necessarily just vectors, but you know, sort. And this sort is actually from a package include called algorithm. Now this package allows us to use this sort to our advantage to sort two things in a data structure. So we can just say numbers, and we specify the beginning, so numbers.begin, and then numbers.end to specify the end of this. Once we have done that, it will now be sorted. So instead of throwing us this jumbled mess, we'll have this sorted mess, where -4 is at the top because it's the lowest value, and then 8 is at the bottom since it's the highest value. Now this is one way to sort it. You can also specify how to sort it. For example, let's say we want to flip the sort. Now I'm pretty sure we could just go end and begin. Let's actually see if we can. If we do that, then nope, we get a segmentation fault. Makes sense. Anyhow, so let's say we want to flip the sort. So instead of sorting from smallest to largest, we want to sort from largest to smallest. Well, we can just go here and we can create a function that returns a boolean, and we can call it sort for us or something. Now if we have this, we want to take in two values, two integers, int a and int b. Now in this, we just want to return whether int a is larger than int b. And once we do that, we can take this sort for us, and we can pass it in here. So then we just go sort for us, and I'm pretty sure it will automatically pass in those two integers for us. Let's see if I'm lucky. It does. And now we get 8 all the way down to -4, because this sorts it depending if a, so this value, is bigger than b. If 6 is bigger than b, then return true. If it's true, it will keep it as is. If 6 is not bigger than 8 here, then they will flip the two. So 6 will now be at position 8 here. So to give an example, we can actually go here, tab in. So first it would be 6, and then we'll check 8. Since this will not be true. It will go 8 and then 6, because 8, which it was B, is bigger than A, and A was not bigger than B, and that's what we're checking here. A should be bigger than B. And now we'll go to the second one, and the second one is 6. So we have our 8 and 6 here, and now A will become the second value, so index 1 of this vector. And we'll check, is 6 bigger than 1? And it is, so it will keep it. Then we'll go to this one, so this will now be A, and this will be B. We'll check, is 1 bigger than 2? No, it is not, so it will be 2, 1. Then here it will go, because now it will be here. That will be where A is now. It's the last one it's sorted. And we'll check, okay, is -4 bigger than 1? No, it is not. So we can add -4. And it's going to check, is -4 larger than 7? No, it is not. So it will swap the 2, 7, and we'll keep continuing with -4. Is -4 larger than 3? No, it is not. So 3 will be here and -4 is at the end. Now we'll go through the whole vector again, and we'll go, okay, so we have 8, 8 is bigger than 6, we're good to go. 6 is bigger than 2, we're good to go. 2 is bigger than 1, we're good to go. 1 is smaller than 7, so they will swap, and this will become 7, and this one 1. And it will continue with this, or in this scenario it will just swap these two as well, 3 and then 1, and then boom, we have sorted it. Almost. Wait, 2 is not larger than 7. Oh wait, but it will just go through the loop again. And again, until the whole thing is sorted. And that is how to sort a vector, or basically any type of data structure, where you can use these types of things to make him just loop through until all of these are in the correct order. So now once it completes this loop here, it's going to start at the start and go 8. Okay, so this is true, so it's fine. This is true, oops, this is true, so it's fine. This is not true, and it will swap the 2. And it will swap them again until 2 is at the right location. I'm thinking you can probably figure the rest out for yourself from there. Now, let me bring in a new topic, because whilst this video is about sorting, I like to kind of spice up my tutorials by bringing in a topic not related to what we are currently doing, but can be used with it. And I would like to bring in Lambda Functions. Now we know what a function is. This is a function. Very easy. We just plop it in there and it works. But just like in the previous video where I talked about one-liner if statements, we also have one-liner functions. And this is a Lambda function. So here where we say sort us, let's convert this into a Lambda function. First, we need to specify an array. And we don't need to go too deep into this or why we need to specify an array, but we can just specify an array right now. Then here we pass in the arguments we need. So int A and int B, right here. We don't need to specify the sort for us because this Lambda function is also known as an anonymous function, meaning it's there to only be used once. It will never be used again after this right here. It's anonymous. So it doesn't have a name. And in here, we can open up our brackets and we can just say return A larger than B. And now we don't need the sort for us anymore because we created a Lambda that will do that sorting for us. And we run that, we get the same output because this right here is the same as this right here. However, we didn't give it a name. There's no name, there's no sort for us. But it takes in the same things, the same variables as you can see here, and it returns the same thing. So it's the same exactly, but it returns a Boolean and it doesn't have a name. It's anonymous. And that is that. That is sorting and Lambda functions. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all again in the next C++ tutorial.